Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone and welcome to Krishna Chaitanya channel. So, we are, this is the seventh day of the Bhagavad Gita. We have been continuing from Bhagavad Gita 1.2 to 1.11. We completed the first part of the first chapter also. So now we are taking the step of the second part of the first chapter. So we are starting it with Bhagavad Gita 1.12. So today's agenda is like, for starting, we have recitation of the slokas with the meanings and some synonyms also. After that, recapitulation of the before slokas, what we have been said from the first part of the first chapter. After that, we are continuing with the explanation of this particular shlokas. So let us go with the first part of agenda. And I think so the fourth part of the agenda is are the notifications. I will announce those notifications. Those are everyone knows. So that's the fourth part. We have four types of agendas today. So let us start the first part of agenda. So this is Bhagavad Gita 1.12. तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु विद्रः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योचै शङ्खं दद्मः प्रतापवान्. You can repeat after me. तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु विद्रः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योचै शङ्खं दद्मः प्रतापवान्. So let us go with the synonyms. Tasya, his, sanjanayan, increasing, harsham, cheerfulness. Tasya sanjanayan harsham, that means he is increasing cheerfulness. Whose the cheerfulness, that means joy. Whose joy is increasing? Duryodhana's joy is increasing. By which one? Kuru Vriddha, the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty. Who is the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty? Bhishma. Pitamaha, the grandfather of the Kuru dynasty, the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the valiant grandsire, it has been said in the meaning. Simhanadam, roaring sound, like that of a lion. So here, what here has been said? Kuru Vidrah Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyoche. So here the these both words it has been said by the blowing of the great valiant grandsire of Kuru dynasty. Who is he? Bhishma. His conch shell blowing was just like a lion roaring. Simhanadam vinadyocha, it has been said. It has been vibrating. The whole thing has been vibrating, giving Duryodhana joy. It has been said, Shankam Dadma Pratapavan, the valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty blowing the conch shell is equal to the is equal to the Shankam, is equal to the Simhanadam Vinadyochai. That means when the lion roars, everything gets vibrated and everyone gets feared. So just like that, here Bhishma Pitamaha is also doing like that. So it has been said there. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. So let us go to Bhagavad Gita 1.13. ततः शङ्कश्च भैर्यश्च पनवानकगोमुखा सहसैव्याभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत्. You can repeat after me. ततः शङ्कश्च भैर्यश्च पनवानकगोमुखा सहसैव्याभ्यहन्यन्त Shashabdastu mulo bhavat. So here it is. Let us go with the synonyms now. Tata, thereafter. Shanka, conch shells. Cha, also. Bherya, large drums. Cha, and Panavanaka, small drums and kettle drums. Gomukha, horns. Sahasa, all of a sudden. Eva, certainly. Abhyanyanta was simultaneously sounded. Sa, that. Shabda, combined sound. Tumala, tumultus, abhavat, became. So here it is been said, tatashankascha bheryascha, tatashankash. That means after the grandfather Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, blow his conch shell, which is going Simhanadam Vinadyochai. After that, cha, bheryascha, drums came. What? Various cha means large drums came. Cha, Panavanaka. That means, and the small drums and kettle drums came. After after that, Gomukha, horns, and Gomukha. That means all these instruments. That means Various cha, Panavanaka, Gomukha. That means drums, buggles, trumpets, and horns. So what is happening in the next line? Sah Shabda Tumula Sahasa Eva Abhayanyanta Shabda Tumulo Bhavat. That voice, that sound of that particular drums, buggles, trumpets, and horns were suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. So here it has been said in Bhagavad Gita 1.13. I think so. We completed the first agenda fully and the third agenda halfly. So let us go with the second part of agenda, which is the recapitulation of the last chapters. So what we have been done in the last slokas. Those last slokas, every single thing was the first part of the first chapter, which was 1.2 to 1.11. Everything is Duryodhana's diplomacy. He's making he's managing every single part of the thing without any interruption. Without any interruption. See, if you take like a network interruption, network will sometimes be correctly, sometimes it may be going down. But Duryodhana without any particular type of interruption, which network does, he is managing every single thing, making every single thing perfect. That is diplomatic processes he is doing. So every shloka from Bhagavad Gita 1.2 to Bhagavad Gita 1.11 is nothing but the Duryodhana's diplomacy. So what we have done last day, it was day 6. So we have been discussing about Bhagavad Gita 1.11, where it has been said, अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिता भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. All of you must give full support to grandfather Bhishma. So here it is being said, Bhishmamevabhirakshantu. You have to give full support to grandfather Bhishma because he is Athirata. Athirata means who can kill 60,000 people single-handedly. But in Prabhupada, he mentioned something. Srila Prabhupada mentioned something that even though he is a Maharata, even though he is a grandsire, Guru Vidra Pitamaha, even though he is blowing of the Shanka, is Simhanadam Vinadyochai, he is an old person. So eventually, when even though we are in a form, we will be very old. Because of that old matters, we may eventually get retired. Many people say that this person gets retired. You can take any sport. That we are in a good form. We are in a beautiful and a good form. But when a certain age comes, your retirement is is nearly coming. So it is like that. So Bhishma is an old person, even though he is good in form. Bhishma is an old person. So that's why now what does these soldiers are doing? Soldiers, the Duryodhana gave one task to the soldiers. What is it? The soldiers will protect him, giving support to him. That means Bhishma Meva Abhirakshantu, giving support to him. If Bhishma has been fighting in the first, like in the first part of the opposition, that means the soldiers have to fight from the all parts, and some soldiers should protect Bhishma, and there we have to win. So it is like that. So these are the this is one of the diplomatic process of Duryodhana. So he's doing many, he's managing every single thing from Bhagavad Gita 1.2 to Bhagavad Gita 1.11. Total 9 shlokas, he managed every single thing. And from the last thing also, he gave tasks to the soldiers. So now the scene changes because the new year changes. So that's why the year changes. From 2024, we have been explained about Bhagavad Gita 1.11. Now we came to 2025. We have been explained. The scene is been changing now. The scene is been changing. From Duryodhana, it is been going to Bhishma. Then now he is blowing the conch shell. He is blowing the conch shell very loudly. Simhanadam vinadyoche. Shankam Dharma Pratapavan. It's vibrating. The whole earth is just like vibrating because he is blowing his conch shell very loudly, just like making a sound like the roar of lion, giving Duryodhana joy. So eventually, we in this Bhagavad Gita, you can see purports. Bhakti Vedanta purport. Srila Prabhupada mentioned some points about this. Even though it is very hard, he is making everything simplified. So that's why it is very important to read the purport. It is very important to read the Bhakti Vedanta purport, which has been written by Srila Prabhupada. So here, eventually, we think that now he did the first task, giving Duryodhana joy, so that he will be in the time, and the possibilities will get changed from 90-100, 90-10 to 60-40. It has been changed, everyone. Even though I also thought that he's changing like that, but there are 3 topics which are being said by this conch shell, blowing the conch shell. So these 3 aspects, what Bhishma is saying by blowing the conch shell like the roar of lion. First things first. Here it has been said, befitting like his position like a lion, he's giving Duryodhana joy. He is giving Duryodhana happy. And the second thing is that he is in charge now. He's ready to win this game, win this match. He's ready to win this war. He is now as the commander in chief, and he's making the promise just like blowing the conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of the lion. Now let us go with the third aspect, which no one knows about it. So here it has been said in Prabhupada's purport. Indirectly, by the symbolism of the conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in the battle because Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. Supreme Lord Krishna was on the opposite side. So now this is the third thing. Everyone didn't know about this. So he's informing that now Supreme Lord Krishna is there. The Lord is there. The omnipresent is there. So who are we then to battle against him? So he's on the other side. There is no possibilities for us to win this. So he's making Duryodhana his depressed grandson, Duryodhana. So now these are the 3 aspects of what Bhishma has been said. So eventually, when you see Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side, why did Bhishma said that there are no possibilities to win. So you can see it is started at the second shloka, I think so. It is started at the second shloka itself. Oh no, first shloka itself. It was which was mentioned by Srila Prabhupada, that you know that yad yad yogeshwara Krishna tat tat pato yad yad pato tanuddaraha tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvanitir Matir Mamaha. By this shloka, we can see that yad yad yogeshwara Krishna. That means this Yogeshwara, this Supreme Lord Krishna, if is there in that particular side, and tatat pado dhanuddaraha, if the Dhanuddara Partha, that means Arjuna is there in that particular side, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, it will be perfectly winning. And the opposite person who is there, he will be losing. He will be completely losing. His possibilities he know before only. But he needs to do his karya. He needs to do his work. Just like Bhishmacharya. So, with that, there is also another topic which has been mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. If Krishna is there, his Patni, that means his Patni, who is she? Goddess Lakshmi she's also there. Everyone knows Goddess Lakshmi. With the victory, you will be fortuned with, you will be filled with fortune. You will be filled with money. You'll be wealthy with victoriness. So here, because of that, Bhishma is blowing the conch shell very loudly, giving these three aspects, and the third aspect is making Duryodhana joy to the depressed side. So let us go to Bhagavad Gita 1.13. So now, after the side of the Kauravas happened, after the blowing sounds of the Kauravas, after the three aspects of what Bhishma explained through his conch shell, which was Simhanadam Vinadyochai, that was also completed. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, tata shankascha beryascha panavanaka gomukha. So, after that, all the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded. The Sahasaivyavyahanyanta shashabdastumulo bhavat. By the suddenly sounded drums, bugles, trumpets, horns, the combined sound of the conch shells also was tumultuous. Here it is been said in Bhagavad Gita 1.13. So these are the explanations of Bhagavad Gita 1.12 and Bhagavad Gita 1.13. So now we can take an example as a camera. I just wanted to say something. So we can take an example as camera when we give this is like a good example of summarizing the total 13 shlokas. So it has been started from where Dhritarashtra has been giving the question to Sanjaya. So where it has been said, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyutsavaha, Mamaka, Pandavashcheva, Kiva Kuruvata Sanjaya. After that, Sanjaya is speaking, Pashchetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamu, Vyudandrupada Putrena, Tapasishyena Dhimata. Actually, Sanjaya is speaking, representing Duryodhana's speech. So now, where the camera is going? Duryodhana. The camera is going to Duryodhana, where he is walking. He is walking and going to whom? To his guru. Who is he? Dronacharya. Now that camera slowly went to Dronacharya and Duryodhana's conversation. These both are happening like that. After that, now Duryodhana is giving many. He's managing every single thing. He's doing many diplomatic processes, and he's glorifying all the single personalities from his army and the opposite's army also. Now the camera goes to the Panuputra's armies, big personalities. But the Kauravas army's big personalities like the Bhima, Kritavarma, Shalya, these are the all personality where you can see. After that, what happened now? Now it is slowly changed to Bhima. Sorry, Bhishma. He's been doing Tasya Sanjanayan Narsam Guru Vidrah Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyochai Shankam Dadma Pratapavan. He did his thing. After that, it has been going slowly there. Tata Shankashtabherashcha Panavanaka Gomuka Sahasaivya Hanyanta Shashabdastu Bhavat. After that, it's going somewhere at the after that, it's going somewhere. Now all the reasons of the Kauravas dynasty is all completed. Duryodhana's diplomacy is completed. After that, the drums and bugles, the vibration of the drums and bugles is also completed. After the glorification of the great personality is also completed. After that, Bhishma's Bhishma Simhanadam Vinadyochai Shankandatma Pratapavan is also completed. Now where it is going? It is now this is just like a question mark. We will talk about this next day. We will talk about this at the 8th day. So let I put this camera as just like a big question mark. Who is coming next? So eventually, who is coming? I will tell you at the next video. This will be very cinematic like thing. So this is like normally the summary of Bhagavad Gita when you take normal camera. So let us go now with the fourth type of agenda, which is notifications. So eventually everyone knows that these are the particular notifications. So now it's only 15 days to go, and everyone are doing very faster. Everyone are taking Bhagavad Gitas. Our aim is to get 1,80,000 Bhagavad Gita books. So that aim should be done. So that was the aim should be done, and with that, everyone should get the life's manual. Everyone should get this life's manual, as though I said before that following, if you take any motivational books, you cannot compare, you cannot jodi with this. You cannot jodi with this Bhagavad Gita. So you just read this Bhagavad Gita. There is no need of reading any motivational books what you get in the market or buying them. Just buy here in any circumstances of Hyderabad and compose me in this Gmail below Radha Damodar 2210 @gmail.com. So let us end. So we completed our Gita Dhan, which is there, which has been completed at January 1st only. So it was 2024. So that's why we have been started 2025. So finally, we started 2025 with the more with changing the camera with someone. So it is like that. So we finally came to an end of this particular video. So until then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I think so. Everyone has Bhagavad Gita. Everyone are reading Bhagavad Gita, and everyone has the opportunity to explain the Bhagavad Gita if they know Bhagavad Gita. So there is no age restriction between this. Even though the 5-year-old person like Prahlad Maharaj is also said many things in the Bhagavatam. He's been said Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. He has been said many things that we have to do bhakti at the age of 5 years old. There is no particular age restriction until you have been taking the instructions of the Guru, until you have been taking that nectar of what the Guru has been said. Until then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.